my favorite real estate quotes says, buy land. They're not making any more of it. Yeah, I really like it because it's so true, right? So there's a limited supply and there's unlimited demand for real estate. And this is why you should invest in real estate. People tend to think you require a lot of money to do this, but no. There are ways whereby you can use even a few $100s and get good returns on investment in real estate. So stay tuned today. You're going to get right into it. Welcome back. So we'll be discussing different real estate options to consider today. And note that the different options would be open to you depending on how much money is available. But don't worry so much about it. No matter what it is you have available today, note that you can multiply upwards. So just start with where you are, with what you can, and then before you realize it, you're at the talk of the town and you're making millions. So let's get into it, okay? So let's talk about land banking. Land banking is buying tracts of land for the purpose of holding it over a long period. You hold it over a long period in order to sell it in bits at a higher price. To make land banking more effective, you should be able to predict where people are moving to. So for example, if you're on the side of or you live in a Chimota area, you'll be able to predict that people are moving to Pokwase, or people are moving from Pokwase to Media, or people are moving from that part of town to Insawim. So you buy 5 plots, 10 plots, 20 plots. If you have the forte for that, why not? And then by the time there's increased urbanization and more people are moving toward that side of town, people will be buying land from you at 5x, 10x. This is the same with people that are currently in East Legon. You'll be able to predict that, okay, more people are moving from East Legon to East Legon Hills, or from East Legon Hills to Katamanso. Or if they're at Adenta, they're moving from Adenta to Oyarifa or Oyibi, or from Oyibi to Ebri. On the Achimota to Mediate side or in Sawim side, you should be looking at properties from about 30,000 Ghana cedis upwards. So a minimum of let's say about $4,000, $5,000 to be able to set you out per plot in such areas. But be wary with all of this, be wary about land with litigation issues. With places like East Legon Hills, nothing less than $30,000. $30,000 should be able to sort you out. 30,000, 50,000. If you are going towards the Oyarifa Ebri areas, you are looking at $15,000 will be your minimum in those areas, and you have to do your due diligence before you make your final purchase on site. Make sure that when you're buying large tracts of land, that you have done your due diligence and you're buying from the rightful owners. So that's it with land banking. By the time they are ready for you, by the time people are buying in 5 years, 10 years time, you'll be likely to be 10xing, selling these properties to potential investors, individual property owners at 5 times the price you bought it for, at 10 times you bought it for, at 10 times the price you bought it for, and it gives you much more leverage, one, and that is you making money with real estate. 2, be a developer. You be a developer by building property for the purpose of selling. And if you're selling this property, you should have a market and be ready to provide what the market is looking for. So you look at where the land is or where your location is and find out how much would people who are looking to live in this locality or in this neighborhood, how much would they be willing to pay for a property? Would it be a 2-bedroom house? Would it be a 4-bedroom house? Would it be a townhouse? Would it be a studio apartment? You have to get a good understanding of what the market there is looking for and provide what they'll be ready and willing to buy. As a developer, your cost could be your greatest ally, but also your worst enemy. And so you should do well to keep a good eye on your costs of development. If you're able to save on every aspect of the developmental process, you're going to cash in big. Right from getting your materials, to managing your labor, and to getting good in quality finishing. get good deals on every aspect of the cost process, and you'd be the king in this game. So as a developer, cost could be your greatest ally, but also your worst enemy. So you do well to put a good eye on your cost of development. Look at where you're buying from, your quantities, who is building for you, and ways where labor are able to maximize the value on your property being developed. Note, do not sacrifice cost for quality because you are making a name in the market. So do well to put in good product or churn out good property, good housing at good prices, and be a winner in this market, because very few people do that. So generally, as a developer, the expected return on investment should be at about 100%. But the 100% is you knowing what you're doing well to minimize your costs, and yet still to churn out quality property. At least $50,000 getting into the market, building something at a good location, good product, 2 or 3 bedroom bungalow should be something that you can invest in and then sell at a good price. So that is it with being a developer. Generally, as a developer, you should be looking at a minimum 100% return on investment. I don't think that is bad at all. But importantly, you should be churning out the right products, right quality, and at the right price, and you do well in this market. At least $50,000 is a good starter to become a developer in Ghana. Now let's talk about rentals, and that is very common, that is very popular, but it could quickly or easily become very complicated. Real estate income that is gotten from renting of property. That's where you own the property and you give it to another party, an individual, a company, or an institution for a period of time, maybe to live in or to use for whatever purpose, and periodically there's an amount of money that they pay you. This could be on the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. So generally in the Ghanaian property market, you could actually get rental income or charge rental income in USD or in Ghana cities. But all of this depends on the location. So there are some locations, once again, like Cantonment Laboni, Northridge, East Legon, or even some parts of East Legon Hills, depending on the property in question and the kind of people that it's targeting, you can actually get rental income in USD. Other places too that are most likely on the outskirts of town, you are much more likely to get your rental income in Ghana cities. In all of these things, what makes Ghana very interesting is that it is the norm that landlords will require tenants or home occupiers to pay for property or to pay for rent 12 months in advance. This provides a good amount of money for you to use for other investments over a period of time. So if that works for you, great. However, there's also the short-let option that gives you the opportunity to be earning income on a daily basis, weekly, or on a monthly or quarterly basis. Even with that one, you are able to get money on a much more periodic basis, and you could use it for expenses or things that are much more routine to you. Whichever situation you opt for, know that the kind of tenants that you are able to get would mean a lot to the viability of your real estate investment. So do well to get good tenants or assess your tenants before you bring them into your property. In that way, your property is secured over the long haul, and that is renting. We'll do all to get more into. So if you haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe on this channel, and as more information comes, we're going to get in depth on rentals in Ghana. Next thing, you're talking about flipping. Flipping property is virtually buying property, whether in a bad state or in a good state, for the purpose of modifying it a bit and then selling it. So you would do something, or you change, upgrade, update, or add a few things here and there, give it a whole new vibe, and then you sell it, ideally at a higher price. The essence of it is to increase the value of the property so that it fetches more for you. Interestingly, in this market, builders are primarily developed with hardcore materials, i.e. cement, mortar, blocks, and bricks, as against in the US or in other markets whereby you find that stuff are much more of a cardboard or wooden nature, so it's very easy to cut through. So we are looking at getting into flips as a primary source of investment. You may have to invest a lot in the update of the house. That is if it's in a very, very bad position. Usually it would be advisable to pull it down if it's an old house and then develop all over again. You would find that real or hardcore upgrades on flips would tend to be very expensive or could affect the structural integrity of the property. So look at these things if you are looking to do real flips whereby you are breaking walls, cutting the property, all of those things. In some cases, depending on the structural integrity or how well the property was built, it could be done. But if you are doing it for the purpose of selling, watch your numbers and see if it works for you. If it works for you, great. In flipping, you can also look for properties that are not fully done. So it's in a good location, it's not fully done, or it's in the bare, or it's in the shell state. Then you put in work on the actual finishing. So the tiling, the looks, landscaping, all of that could be done to add value to the property, and you sell at a high price. I have a client that bought a property and he bought it off plan, so had a good price on it, and he put in his own kitchen, he put in his own tiling, or influenced the tiling that the developer was putting. So aesthetically it was really pleasing, and in less than 6 months he sold same property for $30,000 more than he actually bought it. That is flipping. So he sort of flipped it. In his case, it wasn't intentional, but it happened because the location was good. He got a good deal on the property, and with the additions that he made on it, it was worth it for the market. So look into something like that. Find property that is being built off plan or is in a normal condition, upgrade it a bit and sell it, and you could get good returns on your investments. So all the options we've been discussing so far are much more geared towards residential properties, but there is good income to be earned from commercial real estate investing. Here you're looking at building property for shops, offices, warehouses, things that corporate institutions would have a home to. Do you understand what I mean? The beautiful thing about commercial real estate is that when people are getting your properties or are leasing it or renting it, it's for long periods. So it's not daily, it's not weekly, monthly, it's not even annual. You'll find that properties that are being rented off of you, if you are in commercial real estate, will be for 5-year periods, which are renewable again and again and again. What this does is that you get good amounts of money at a go to invest in different things, and that property is not just giving you income on a periodic basis, but the value is increases because there's easy access to different markets of people's customers, and that is commercial real estate. So it could be that all of these monies or these investment options that I'm talking about is still way over your head, right? Then you could actually opt in for crowdfunding. What this means that you and different other individuals could come together to buy a property and sell, a property and rent out, a property and then develop or upgrade and sell. So whatever returns that are going to be gotten, you get it as a group, and then you also get it as an individual. This is a good way to enter the real estate investing market. Get a good understanding of what works and what doesn't work. You make your lessons, and then you launch in deep with higher investment amount. There are different real estate investment trust REITs in Ghana. A good real estate crowdfunding platform is Crowdfunding. Crowdfunding crowdsources funds, buys properties, and then invest them on behalf of their investors. So go check them out, www.crowdfunding.com, and then you find the limit, the smallest amount of money you can invest is $250, and at good returns as well. So check that out. I'm going to put their link inside our description, so check them out and then let me know how it goes with you. But that's an option for you if you don't have the wads of cash to invest in real estate. At least you can start with $250. In some months' time, you could grow to 1,000, and before you realize it, you'll be the 100,000 guy, and then multiplying that as well. So those are options that you can also consider. So finally, this is it. Don't think it's above your head. Don't think it's for somebody else. It is for you. You can start small and grow from it. There are risks, but in everything, yes, there are risks. So as much as possible, do what you can to mitigate your risk. So speak to a real estate advisor. If you need one, www.aaafrica.com. We can help you on your journey to become a real estate investor. Don't forget to share this if it was beneficial to you or if you learned a thing or two. Do well to subscribe, do well to like, and do well to share. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Let me know what you think about this. Was this beneficial to you? Let me know in the comment section. And if you want to know something more, I'll be glad to help you with that. So thank you for tuning in. Till next week, see ya.